It helps if you can see me. It's that kind of morning here. So I'm a little late to my own live. There you go. That's about how this works. Um, this morning we're going to talk about getting focused quickly and simply. Um, it's really important not to overthink focus, not to make it more than it has to be, not to go crazy. But I think there are some really simple steps to making this work for you on a day to day basis to make it straightforward enough to be a repeatable process for when you find yourself sort of all over the place. And I know right now, people are all over the place, maybe more than usual, or maybe like I'm just as all over the place as usual. So, we're going to talk about, I think of this in 5 steps, and really only 4 of them are really the focus part. But the first thing I do when I feel like I'm all over the place is I take a couple of beats and I empty out my brain. Because part of the problem with focus is there's so much stuff rattling around inside your head that it's all competing. So if you give yourself permission to take 2 minutes or 3 minutes, honestly, most of the time it doesn't take me longer than that. I know what's rattling around in there. I just scribble, scribble, scribble in my notebook until I have like all of it sort of dumped out my head. I think of it like shaking water out of my ears. And I swam in college, so it's one of those like dump it out the side, get it written down. And some of it will be work stuff and some of it won't be. And right now, like if you're anything like me, I am coaching clients, I am building a business, I am building a second business, I'm teaching my kids at home, kindergarten and second grade, I'm teaching my college students, there's stuff. So I empty out what's rattling around. I think that really matters as the first step. The second step is to pick something to focus on. Most of the time, there is something that rises to the surface. And if there's not, it's okay to just pick one thing. The word focus doesn't mean 6, it means 1. You think about laser focus. Um, it's this thing, one direction. And picking one direction makes a ton of difference. So pick a direction. Today for me, when I did my list, my direction was really focusing on work with clients, and the way I'm going to participate in sort of the wider world of coaching today. And that's what I'm doing today. That's my goal. There are things to do with my college classes, there are things to do with my kids, there are all those things, but my goal today is really a coaching business focused goal. So that's great. Once you have your focus and you know what your goal for the day is, then you really can look at the list of things you have in front of you, because you have a list, or either in your head still or on paper in front of you. You have a list, and you can see all of the things on it. Some of the things are going to have to do with your focus, and some of them are not. And you know what? The ones that are not, you don't have to do. I mean, feed your kids, for sure. They're going to be hungry. But there are things on there, like for me, there are things on my list today that relate to my college students. There are things on my list today that relate to things in my coaching business that I want to build over the next couple of weeks. Today's not the day. Like, I have a certain amount of time, I have a certain amount of headspace. There's a lot going on. Today's not the day. Did you just notice that my sweater is on inside out? Because I just did. Oh boy. I told you, it's been that kind of morning. All about human here. So, focus, right? There are going to be tasks on my list that I choose to do, and there are tasks on my list that I decide are not today. And it is okay to say no to the things on your list. It is okay, I write my list the night before. I have it in this little green book right here. It's all day-to-day lists. It looks crazy, but that's how it looks, okay? And there are things on my list for today, Wednesday, that I'm not going to do. That looking at my focus for today, now that it's fresh in the morning, I'm just not going to get done. And that's okay. And there are things that are not on here that should be. And they're going to get added because they relate to my focus of the day. And not, and tomorrow will be different. It's okay that it's different tomorrow. Your focus is not going to be exactly the same every day. Every day is different. And if you have a lot going on, you have to choose how you spend your time. So once you clear out your brain, you choose a goal, and you decide which actions actually matter. Okay, because they don't all matter. They can't. You don't have that kind of time. You need to take 2 beats right here. This is the part where people skip the step. This is the step that really matters. Okay? You have to, the way I do it is in writing. You have to find a way to really commit to your day. Okay? I tend to write out my goal for the day is this. These are the things I'm going to do. It matters that these are the things I'm choosing because I do this, because if I don't, my brain will spend the rest of the day going like, oh, but you could do these other things too. You should do them as well. Oh, but you know what? You said you were going to skip that, but you don't really have to. You can. You can pull that in and you can do these 7,000 things. And I'm back to being just as scattered as I was to begin with. The same thing happens to my clients. So you need to take 2 beats and actually commit to the plan for the day. Do it in writing. Have a little meditation session. Do it, sit and visualize what you want for the day. However it is you do that. But it is super important that you sit back and commit. Because if you don't, this is not how your day is not going to go the way you think. That's just how it works. Okay? The part you miss if you go from like, I did this exercise and nothing works, is you didn't commit to it. You didn't decide it actually had to be the way your day was going to go. You went like, I have this goal. Oh, I'm going to go do these other things now. It doesn't work. Okay? And then the last step, so there's 5, that was 4. So we cleared our heads, we picked a goal, we chose our actions, we committed. The last step is really easy. It's go do that stuff. Okay? The first thing you should do is not something on the list of things you decided not to do. Don't stop yourself and go do that. That's not going to work. Look at your list, decide what's first out of the things you know you need to do today, and go do that. My strategy is always sort of eat the frog. So I look at the list and think about the thing that I want to avoid most, and I do it first so that it's done. Because I was the kid in class that like raised her hand, who wants to go first? Me. I want it to be over with. Like as soon as the pain can be over, sign me up to letting it be over. So you can be focused. This whole conversation took us, 8 minutes? And there was me learning. My sweater was inside out in the middle. So when I sit down to do this, generally speaking, it takes me less than 10 minutes to go through. I do it most days, especially, and sometimes I do it twice. Like if I get midway through the day and I think like, what am I doing here? I do it again, because it's okay. It doesn't take that long. Taking 10 minutes to gain back your whole day from having it be chaos is worth it. So today, start your day, start tomorrow, start whatever day this week you need it, with some time to actually think and make a plan and commit to it. It will change everything you do. It makes a difference to really have focus. If I can help you with it at all, reach out. That's what I do. I'd be happy to talk about it. Have a really good day. Have a really focused and productive day, and we'll talk again.